Hello, I thought I'd give you a little update on what I'm doing at the moment because I'm not actually making any videos for a few weeks, so I didn't want you to worry about me. I'm fine. I haven't been kidnapped, but I need to make some changes to my workshop, and the only way I can do that is to shut down for a little while. So I apologise in advance for the lack of content coming over the next few weeks, but I promise that what will come after will be better. Well, so I promise, fingers crossed. But anyway, I wanted to show you what I've been up to. So I've started the modifications to the workshop, but let's have a little workshop tour. So you've seen the workbench as it is. This is my working area, and you might have seen that I've just realised I might not have active stabilisation on, so I'm just going to quickly do that. There we go. So you're not going to get as wide a field of view, but it shouldn't make you feel sick now. So yeah, this part here is the bit I added recently to my workbench. So this was my workbench. In fact, this was my workbench originally. Actually, that's just my box of camera stuff. But so yeah, this one here, from over there, that end there to there, is a mobile workbench that's on wheels, and originally I built that one. That was the first one I built, along with the corner tables there and there, where my 3D printer lives and my pillar drill lives over there. But this section here is on wheels, and you can't really see it at the moment. You might be able to spot a wheel at the bottom there somewhere. And I don't know if many of you have seen the pinball videos, but in the pinball videos I had the workbench in the center of the workshop here, and working so that I could work all around it, and it was actually really good. But I don't need that anymore. So the third phase of what I'm doing here, I'm probably going to make that, well, I'm going to take that worktop off of that workbench, scrap the rest of it. But the worktop is quite nice. It's very similar to this one, where this is like a hardboard plywood, not hardboard, hardwood plywood, and it's like sandwiches. And in fact, this one's extra thick because I think it's like a layer of MDF, a layer of 5mm hardwood plywood, and then another layer of MDF, 18mm MDF, and then a thinner layer of plywood on the top. And it's just a really hefty, solid desk. But this is just a piece of wood on the end. This is just a bit of scrap wood that I had hanging around. I'll show you the scrap wood in a minute. But what I want to do is probably take that worktop off of there and then replace that worktop there with that one over there, so that I've got same as this all along, so that I've got something that will go all the way along. So that part of my area this is my desk, and I face towards the camera when I sit at it, and that bit is another recent thing where I wanted my PC at this end of the workbench so that I could use it. So these screens actually swivel around. There's stuff in the way, so I can't do it right now. But that meant I could stream from the workbench, so that's how I did it for the charity stream and everything. But I've got some PC modifications coming soon, Neil, thanks, which mean that I will be able to have I can move my PC away from the workbench, and I'm going to replace it with a bench PC that will be capable of the streaming and capture and everything that I want to be able to do. So that will be cool. Sorry, this is really heavy. But that's not the main thing that I'm doing. Oh, I'm also going to build some more storage underneath here, because at the moment it's not been like that recently. This is all quite new rubbish that's under here. This is all just been moved under here from the other side of the workshop and a lot of it is decorating stuff as well, because I'm having to decorate. But yeah, I'm planning to build shelves under here and a bit better storage, because my compressor's under here, I've already moved a box, you know, one of these cubby hole units under this one, and it fits really nice. So I might modify that for when the new workbench comes in. But the bit you really want to see is this side. So this side used to be, well, it used to be just bits of wood stacked up against the wall all the way along. Ignore the wire, that's temporary. Glenn told me off. Let me get a bit further away. And there's a TV down there on the floor as well. That was leant up against the wall. But in front of this was, I counted them, there were 37 plastic crates. Have I got one around here? No. I've moved them all. I've put them all into storage with all of my computers and things in them. And it was just a nightmare because they would be like here, all the way along here, and just I couldn't move. So the plan is to put a workbench, not workbench, a desktop, all the way along from how do cameras work? This end, all the way along to that corner over there, right into the corner behind the ladder, and have storage underneath it for all the plastic crates. Plus, there'll be well, this TV here is going to actually be the centerpiece of the top of there. So that's going to sit in the middle on a raised little shelf bit, and it'll all be. I'm hoping to be able to put in the same sort of wood as this. So it'll be MDF desktops, but lined with plywood, probably 5mm ply on top, and then the front edge will be a pine strip. So it'll actually look similar to this, but a thinner ply strip, and not quite as hefty. So if you can imagine, actually you don't need to imagine. Come and have a look over here at my plans. Come and see my plans. Welcome to my desktop. This is my plan. So I haven't shown the rest of the workshop, but this is going to be the desktop, and where our friend over here is standing is actually going to be, or where this line here is the back wall. It's the front garage wall, and this is the new blank wall. So you can work that out. So there'll be some more bits here. There's already a section of worktop there. I need to actually add that in so I can see what's going to go on here, because I want to be able to access the shelf space in the corner. So I've had to leave this open. So that might be a little bit of wasted space, but I might try and actually incorporate that into this part of the structure, and then open it up a bit so there's a leg in the way here somewhere. Anyway, so these holes here are big enough for the plastic crates that I had stacked up. So I've got 18 of them, which is a problem in itself, because when I've put the crates that I've got into storage, there are 37 of them. I was kind of hoping that I would have enough room for all of them, but I don't. What I might do is actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to again leave this as void space, because these corners tend to just fill up with rubbish anyway. So I'll probably store some monitors there. I might put a shelf in the middle of that, and so I can have two monitors, CRT screens stored in there, because they don't come out very often. In fact, one of them or two of them will probably be on the desktop. So this is that 42-inch Toshiba TV that you saw. That's that's not actually a scale model or anything. That's just a screen, but it's the right size to represent the TV. It's got a stand on the bottom of mine, so it'll probably sit slightly higher. And the first phase is to build the desk, build all these shelves, get as many of the crates as I can stored under here, and then I will tackle the top section. So everything above this line here, which I've made pop out slightly, but that's not going to be a shelf. That's just to represent the level of where, if you put a normal TV or a monitor on the desk, and then like a PlayStation or a SNES or something in front of it, or an Amiga or a Spectrum, a flat screen TV, then that level there is just above where most TVs that I've got will sit. So everything above here is fair game, and I can put what I want on this wall. So I'm planning to turn this into shelving for display purposes. So all of my collection will live up here. And there's quite a bit of a collection. Yeah, this is computers I want displayed. That's all of them. I'm not going to be able to get all of them on there, so I don't know though. I don't know about Amiga 500 will probably be on the desk permanently, something like a 500 or the 1200. And I might make it so that I can have the 1200 on the desk and the 500 on the desk, and interchangeable shelf space for them. But the 500 is huge, as is the Apple II. I really want, that's very high on my list of things to put on display and to use. I've still not switched it on, which is sorry, Rudy. I'm really sorry I haven't got around to it, but things have got away from me this year. But yeah, I haven't got that much room, but I've got probably enough room for 2, maybe 3, depending on size, machines on each side. So if we multiply that up the wall to sections of 3 along here, and make that a 3x3 grid, possibly, because they're not going to need as much space vertically as they are horizontally, unless you're an Apple IIe. So I could easily have 9 there, 9 there, so that's 18, another 3, another 6 there, that's 24 machines. So there are 29 machines, and what did I say, 9, 18 and 6, 24. I'm not that far off. I can probably sneak some in on this wall here, because I intend to go around the corner anyway. There's already shelves up in this area. And my new desk will be over here. Again, I intend to leave some space here. I don't want to butt my desk right up against here, because then it'll be against the storage and I won't be able to get to it. All of these edges will be, because this is all going to be MDF, and MDF is not very strong. So I intend, as I've shown here, there's going to be a pine strip. Every edge will have a pine strip on it. Plus there's an overhang under there, and there will be an overhang on each one of these as well. So it will look nice. It's not going to look horrible. And the wall, although the wall at the moment is painted white, it will be a light grey colour. The top surface of the desk will be like a brownish, mid-brown wood, and all of the shelves and everything, I think, will either be white or grey, with the trim on the front. So it'll look quite nice. But there's a lot to do. I also need storage as well. So this corner might turn into more of a storage for parts and things like that. But then I have got space over this side of the workshop, because that's where I'm sitting now. It's over there, the new build part. I've got some room over here that I can use now that this desk isn't going to be here. So maybe that will turn into storage. There's a lot to do. But yeah, phase 1 is desk. Phase 2 is shelving. Phase 3 is the other side. Phase 3 will probably be put off till next year, because I imagine once I've finished this section, I won't want to do it anymore. I get bored easily. But let's see how it goes. That's why I'm busy at the moment, and probably not as active as I would like to be on YouTube. But let's just see how this goes, and I'm hoping it will make for a really nice backdrop, and somewhere else I can film and show machines, and I'll be able to use the machines as well. At the moment, because they're in these plastic crates that are 6 deep, sitting in my workshop, if there's a machine at the bottom of the pile, I'm not going to get it out. It's just too much work just to pull it all out and then not be able to find one of the cables that go with it. So yeah, there's a lot to do, but I think it will be a nicer area because of it. Oh, look, I just wanted to show you this. This is all the cut list for all of the things. So these are the three. There will be three sections of desk going along here. Don't know if I've shown them there, but these are all 600 mil deep, and so these are all 600 mil sections of this 2440 by 1440 MDF sheet. So I just need to go to B&Q and get them to cut that into 600, which will fit in my car. This one here is actually all of the, what is this one? This is all the shelves in between here. So again, they're all 600 mil that way. So from, if I show you, look, I'll put a tape on here, take it to that edge, 600 mil to there. So I'm just going to get them to cut them to 600 mil. That actually leaves a little strip at the end, so that can be ditched. And it also leaves me this long bit I don't know what to do with, probably use as a shelf or something, or shelf material. But these cuts along here I'll actually do myself on my table saw. And then this section here is actually staggered. You can see that the cuts are not in line, and that is because, when I show you you can see from there down to there, it's actually on a slope. So this was a garage. They're always built on a slope, and which is, I suppose, to let the water run out. I've never had any water in here, but from that point there to that point there. In fact, because the back wall of the garage is somewhere over here, to that point there, it's 100 millimeters difference. To that point there, from that point there to that point there is 800 or 8 centimeters, 800 mil difference. 80 mil. That's 8 centimeters. Yeah, 8 centimeters. 80 millimeters difference between each of those ends. So I've had to incorporate that into the plan, because if I cut all these uprights to the same length, then the whole desk wouldn't sit on the ground underneath. It would hang if I hang those pieces off the work surface. So I've had to incorporate those. So all of these are actually, so this one down here is 753 mil, and this one over here is 687 mil, which means these have to be the same. So 753 and 687. It's slightly off because of maths. But what I'll do is I'll just get them to cut the 600 mil lengths out of the board. 600 there, and that one 600 and 600 and 600. Bring all these home as that entire sheet, and then get start putting the work surface, the desktop, against the wall, and then find out exactly how high each one of these needs to be, and then again I can cut these to match on my table saw. So it should be fairly straightforward, and then all I need to do is go back and buy a sheet of 5 mil ply and then get them again to cut it into 600 mil sections to go across that whole thing. Anyway, so that's it. I have rambled on enough. I will try and do some updates to show progress, but once I get into these projects, it's quite difficult for me to stop. But yeah, I will try and keep you updated, because I know people are interested. Right, I will see you soon. Everybody take care. Goodbye.